Hello, my name is Sharina Johnson, and I will be conducting my initial assessment video. Today we have Dwayne Parham,
Hello.
who will play the role of Calvin Jones. Calvin has been my patient for the last 3 years. Calvin was previously addicted to heroin and made a full recovery. However, due to circumstantial issues, Calvin relapsed. Calvin has engaged in treatment at my facility, Johnson & Johnson Incorporated, and we will be treating him for severe depression. Currently, Calvin resides in a methadone facility along with his 3-year-old son, Calvin Jr. Calvin recently became aware that he has a 1-month-old who is named Taylor. Taylor was abandoned in a hospital by her mother. She was born addicted to heroin. Taylor's mother did not make hospital staff aware that Calvin is the biological father. Therefore, there were no resources to place the child with, and she went into foster care. Before we begin today, I have to let you know that anything that you disclose to me that has any indicators of child abuse, neglect, or any indicators that you are wanting to harm yourself or someone else, I do have to notify my supervisor or authorities. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so before we begin, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Any issues or any things that you want to discuss with me today?
Well, just the fact that, I want my daughter in my home. I've been clean for 2 years. Although, I must say I did have a little setback. But right now I'm on the right path, and I'm doing what I need to do to remain clean and sober.
Okay, so how long ago was your last relapse?
My last relapse was, I would say, approximately 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I relapsed due to the fact that, it was brought to my attention that, I had a daughter. And my daughter being put into foster care kind of weighed very heavily on me.
Okay. All right, so I do acknowledge that you are seeking treatment and you are owning your mistake. So we're not going to look at it that you are back into your addiction. However, we will just address it as you had a minor setback, and we're going to work at assuring that you're back on track to get custody of your daughter.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So just to sum up what we discussed thus far, after becoming aware that Taylor exists and she is placed in foster care, it triggered your mental health and you went into deep depression,
Yes.
Causing you to use heroin.
Yes.
Okay, so again, I commend you for making me aware of that minor setback and wanting to correct your wrongs. Okay, so since your last relapse, have you thought about using again?
Actually, I haven't.
Okay.
And the reason I haven't was because I want my family whole. I want my daughter and my son to be living under the same roof.
Okay. Okay, so taking that responsibility of being a father is important. All children need their fathers, and you are in a very good mood today, good mindset, and I hope that we can continue down that road. Okay, so Calvin Jr., he is currently in your care, and I do know that we have one barrier, and that is that you are residing in a methadone facility with other recovering addicts, and everyone has one bedroom. Therefore, Children and Youth has deemed it not to be appropriate for 2 children to reside, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that. How is your parenting styles and methods as far as it relates to Calvin?
Well, I believe, I'm a good parent.
Okay.
Especially with my son. I think I'm doing a good job raising him.
Okay, awesome.
It's just, the only barriers that we have in place right now is our housing.
Okay.
And the fact that I can't have my daughter live with me as well because we don't have the space. I don't have the space for two children.
Okay. All right. So as far as court involvement, can you tell me a little bit about what's taking place as far as the reunification process?
Well, currently, the case is going to be heard in front of a judge. Right now, CYS has custody. My daughter is residing in foster care, as we previously mentioned. But we're just waiting now for the court hearing to take place and to hear what what requirements I need to do in order to get my children back.
Okay.
I'm sorry, to get my child back.
Okay. So we did speak a little bit about your barriers and your willingness to do what's needed and the steps moving forward to gain custody of your child. Can you tell me a little bit about positive coping methods? Do you have any outlets aside of coming here for therapy? Do you have any friends, extracurricular activities, things you like to do that can keep you in a positive mindset when you feel a trigger coming on? Do you have anything else that you can resort to aside of abusing drugs?
Yes. Well, I thank you, Ms. Johnson. You're definitely an outlet, someone that I can talk to, especially when I'm feeling down, especially when I feel like there's no hope. I also have my sponsor who's in place.
Okay.
And he's definitely a shoulder I can cry on, a crutch. And I have my uncle, my great uncle. He's also in my life. But besides, the three entities, that's sort of it.
Okay. And having positive resources are always a good thing. Maybe going bowling, reading, writing, journaling. Maybe those are all things that can help you as a coping method if you feel that you don't have anywhere to turn. We are always open to speak with you if you need to. You can always call me for additional supports, and I will be there to assist you in any ways that I can. Do you feel that therapy is helping you and impacting?
I believe therapy is very effective. It's given me another outlet. It's given me it's increasing my thought process, whereas I'm not thinking so much about using, because I also think about the ramifications that it's going to have, with my therapy, as well as with the reunification of my daughter.
Okay, so I think that it's wonderful that you are continuing in treatment, and I do feel like it will be beneficial on your road to recovery. Do you agree?
I agree.
All right, awesome.
I agree.
All right, so you are taking knowledge, and you're reaching out for the help. So moving forward, I do want to put a plan in place for you, kind of like homework, so we can list 3 goals that we are going to work towards together to achieve. Okay. One being, I would like you, to remain clean.
I'm going to do my best, Ms. Johnson.
Okay. So the other things that I want to work on are following your court order goals to obtain custody of your daughter.
Okay.
All right. I would like to continue to work towards your depressive state, your emotional state, and your well-being. And lastly, I would like to provide you with housing resources.
Okay.
Also child care resources. So we can...
The housing resources is going to be big.
Okay, so we can maybe put you in the direction of transitional housing, and that will help with your process when you go to court. At least they can see that you are working towards housing. You're very welcome. I can also provide resources for child care. So if there's a moment where you need a break, if you need respite care, there are facilities like Barron House that can help you with child care services if you need a break. Sometimes, the little ones may cause a little pressure, and I would not want you to digress. So we want to provide as many services as we can. So when I give you the housing resources, I do need you to reach out. I do want you to, we're going to work together, but I do want you to feel like you can do this on your own, because one day I won't be around. Correct. So I want you to feel like you are able to work towards your goals and remain strong without always having case management service. I don't want you to fully just rely on having the help. So the help is there, but I do want you to begin to become independent.
Okay.
All right, so we will follow up next week to see how we are as far as our goals that we are going to work together to achieve.
Okay.
Do you feel that we addressed all of your issues today?
I think this was a great session. Again, I thank you for putting me in the right direction as far as housing resources, the other resources for taking care of my children. I thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and we are always here to help. And good luck with your recovery.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.